Okay, let me start the music.
Hi everyone.
Hi.
Hi,
Venus.
Don't talk to me like that.
Hi.
Hi,
Funny didn't even get to say it. Hello everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of Spellbound Saga.
Oh, I love you too, Bumba!
I love you, Boomba. There is something different about today, but we're not going to.
Boomba.
Cole's not here.
Yes, we're not going to comment on it. Cole is off doing Cole
Doing whatever.
activities. Good morning, good evening, good night, everyone. Welcome to episode 9 of Spellbound Saga. Can we get a woohoo in chat, please?
Woohoo!
Wait, also
Woohoo.
Venus.
Yes.
In future, can you please put a small dog on like where the missing people's sprites are, just so we
No.
have some. Fuck.
I know exactly what I'm going to do in future, but anyway, welcome everyone.
It's just a gravestone.
No, they're not dead.
They can't believe Cole died.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet at least. Anyway,
Cole
welcome
died.
everyone. I am your dungeon master, Venus.
Hello, Dungeon Master Venus.
Hello, Kara.
Hello, Venus.
Hello, guys. Okay. I am your dungeon master for this evening. I am your killer fish for this evening. I like how you knew what I was referencing. Anyway, I feel like we never really like do an explanation of who's here. Like we just feel like everyone knows. So, hello, I am Venus, your dungeon master. We've got here Conpunny, who's playing Haname, the Drake Warden Ranger, cross-classing into Paladin. I haven't updated the mini sheets. Please don't be mad at me. I've been very busy. I'm trying my best, you guys. We've got River, played by Salted Kara. He is a Water Genasi Druid, Circle of the Stars. Wow.
Wow.
We've got here Percy, Iron Spines.
Shut up.
We've got Percy of the Tribe of the Iron Spines, who is a Hexac homebrew race, who is a cleric. Wow.
Of the moon.
Of the moon.
The moon.
And we have Shades, the Demi-Tabaxi rogue, alchemist rogue.
Yeah.
You said change his name. It's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Shades.
Shades! Excellent. Alright, so.
Did you throw your name in the goblet of fire?
Well, who took Venus's spot? It's still me, Venus. It's still me, Venus.
No, this
Venus.
is a fake Venus.
This is dare I say, Threenus, because this is my third iteration.
No,
Venus.
Oh, okay.
I shoot you.
Okay, well, shall we pick up where we left off, my friends?
Could you do
Yeah.
a description of it before we start?
Oh yes,
Yeah,
a recap!
go on
Let's do a
then.
recap! Hello, this is recap time. Recap Venus here is recapping last session, and also the rest of the campaign, because I feel like we never do recaps either, so I'm gonna start doing that now. Hello? Well, at the beginning of the campaign, in the beginning, our party here assembled to deal with a task which is very intense, called killing the new god of magic who had stolen the throne from Mistra, causing the Great Calamity, which in split seconds removed all magic from the world and caused basically a mini apocalypse, you know, so pretty bad. Lots of people died. So anyway, our party here is tasked with killing that new god. For their own reasons. They were promised a wish by the Mages Council. So now they're here, and they just got a keep gifted to them by the ruler of Marine, Masahiro, which was very much in disrepair. Last session, we was kind of having some downtime as they settled into their new keep, the Final Colossus. But things quickly took a turn when Chains and the rest of the party, aside from Haname and Percy, got drunk and passed the fuck out. Chains had a dream and ended up finding some of his past self, recollecting some memories, and that didn't fare well for his form, for his body, and for his soul. Now we pick up where we left off. Chains, you do not remember anything about what just happened. You just wake up basically on the floor and you feel guilty. All these people crowded around you. You feel like you've caused a big hubbub. You feel kind of embarrassed as well that everyone's just kind of crowded around you. You feel like a hot, sticky liquid underneath you, and then you realize, oh, that's my blood. So you know that you were bleeding. You don't know exactly what went down. Like, that's pretty much all you've got.
Okay. Let me just.
River is like holding his face with blood in his hand, so he's like getting blood all over himself as he's like breaking down in front of Chains here.
The bleeding has stopped, I will say.
River is still breaking down.
I don't blame him, I would be too.
Yeah. So is this like just after Chains came back to fucking life?
Yes, pretty much.
Percy's like had like very heavy breathing before as he was trying to like manage and figure out what the fuck's going on. And he's beginning to like calm down now, and like his posture's starting to drop back down to a relaxed gait. He puts a hand on River and he's like, "It's okay, breathe. We're good now. It's good to see you back, Chains."
River's gonna shrug the hand off and then rush out of the room outside.
Oh boy. Okay. Haname, what are you feeling? What are you doing right now?
Haname is just like super shocked and confused about everything that's going on.
Valid?
But she's relieved. That's like that Chains is okay. It's like, oh, thank goodness.
Chains, what are you doing right now? Are you just laying on the floor like a weirdo?
No. Let's see. He gets up, but he's kind of like trying to process
Yeah.
these feelings. So he's just kind of like not really making eye contact with anybody or even looking at them. Like he glanced, and then he kind of just huddles to himself, just trying to really process what happened to him.
Yeah. I can't really do much here, you guys. It's all up to you.
Wait, give me a moment. I'm just... Yeah. I'm happy with this.
We're in the morning, right?
No.
No, it's like mid-afternoon, isn't it?
No, that's when
No,
you started drinking.
Oh, yeah.
It's nighttime now.
River is running out of the keep
Where are you going, River?
to the cliffside.
Okay.
Percy is, like, crouched next to Chains and, like... he's still holding the needle, right?
Yeah, it's up to Chains.
Because, like, I remember at the end of the session, Percy grabbed the needle and then something else happened, and then... So, like, I think... your model just fucking vanished.
I know, I'm fixing it. Jeez.
I was just letting you know.
Don't comment. I know. I'm the one that did it.
Sorry. Percy's like holding the needle. Has it like cooled down at the moment?
No, it hasn't cooled down at all. It's still it's not painful anymore. That's a plus. It's not painful. You still don't like having it in your hand though. It still feels really uncomfortable.
Yeah, like even with like the cloth around it.
Yeah, it's still like it's like emanating an aura of ew, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Percy will like hand it back to Chains. Like here.
Yeah. Without even looking, Chains just feels for the needle and just holds on to it. Kind of just not really.
Is he still on the floor?
Okay.
He's still on the floor.
Just sitting there.
Okay. Fucking hell. Percy is going to like offer a hand, like, all right, let's get you up and cleaned up a little bit. You're looking a bit bloody there.
Chains kind of like shakes off the touch and then stands up himself, and then it just like says, "Why am I here?"
In this room, or
Why am I alive?
Percy looks like this question is above his fucking pay grade.
Thrown off.
You mean you weren't alive?
And then Chain just looks over to Percy, then Haname. And say, I don't know. And then averts his eyes and just looks away as he puts away his needle.
I like to think that we all have purpose in being placed here. I don't believe in destiny or anything like that, but I do believe in all of us having our parts to play. And I think the reason why you're here is for you to play your own part and be your own person.
Chain's kind of like bends his head downward and just like rubbing his hand against the back of his neck, thinking, never mind. Shouldn't you go after River?
Yeah, Percy like looks at the other two and is like, are you okay, Chains? Or do you need anything at the moment? Or
And then Chain just looks over to Percy and just with like soft eyes and just like a slight smile. It's like, I'm fine.
Percy,
Bitch smiling!
Percy, like, at first he looks like a bit surprised. Like, he's like, what? And then, like, a really big grin appears on his face, and he pats Chains on the shoulder, and he's like, alright.
Percy is
Yes, I
reminded
saw your
that it's
DM, my dear.
Chains.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Haname?
Percy is reminded that it's Chains.
Yeah, Percy's just, like, very surprised that Chains smiled and is very happy about it. He turns to Haname and is like, alright,
Congrats on the best
Do you
seat, Kara.
do you want to go look for a river?
Are you asking Chains?
I'm asking Haname.
No, okay.
Oh,
You can come along too if you
Sorry.
want, Chains, but if you need to rest, then best you rest. You went through a lot. And we can talk about it once River's back.
Hayes, you have no idea what this bitch is talking about.
Chains just wants to clean up, by the way.
Okay. Alright, so you guys are going to look for River?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Scene transition. Okay, River. You were on the cliff, kind of, as you were running through the keep, kind of calling out for Sorrel, like, as you ran, and you find yourself on the cliff just outside the keep, and before long you hear the grass crunching underneath footsteps, and Sorrel just sits down beside you. He looks very tired, like you just woke him up.
River is visibly very upset and is still crying.
Sorrel looks uncomfortable. Like he doesn't know what to do. He's like, are you okay? That's
Sorrel.
a stupid question. I'm sorry. You're clearly not. I just don't really know what to do. You're upset. I'm scared. I don't know what to do. I've never dealt with this before. You've never come to me with these things before. What do I do?
Sorrel, I was just in a situation where I tried to save someone and it didn't matter. They still died anyway.
He looks like... I don't know how to even explain what's going through. He's like, oh, poor River. Like, that's what his face is saying. And then he's like, wait, someone's dead? He's like, wait, someone's dead?
They somehow came back, but
Oh. Okay.
all I could think of was her.
I get it. I get it. Look, it's... He kind of, like, clenches his fists. It's just a fact of life that sometimes you're not going to be able to save everyone. And that's just how it is. But... you tried. That's what counts. It's not like you just sat there and let it happen, right?
Well, that's the thing.
And I know, River. With Calypso, if you were there, you would have tried as well. You didn't know. It's not your fault. You're not to blame in any of these situations. You tried your best.
I feel so powerless because I wasn't there in that situation. So yeah.
I understand. It's tough, but look, if you were there, you would have done something. Look, there's no spell or anything to bring us back in time so we can change it. Even if there was, I'm sure it wouldn't work, especially with how magic's going these days. But it's hard, but sometimes we've just got to face the facts, you know? Just because we couldn't do something in that situation doesn't mean that we're evil, that we're wrong, that we're bad people inherently. We just weren't there. There was truly nothing we could have done.
Thing is, with this situation, even if I was there, this made me think that I wouldn't have been any help anyway if I even was there.
You know what? I'm not great at advice, so I'm giving you a case of tough love here. River, you might not have been able to help. That's why it's wrong of our home to blame you for what happened, for you not being there. It's wrong of them to blame you for that, because even if you were there, who knows if you'd be able to do anything. I mean, even with the Ascension being so new at that time, and the new god having no power, end of the day, still a god. I doubt we would have been able to kill him right then and there.
You're right.
You tried, River. And sometimes the best you can do is try. You're not weak. You're not useless. None of that is... I would use none of those words to describe you. I mean, look at you. You've come so far. It's only been like, what, a month and a half or like 2 months since I last saw you?
Yeah.
You're really too hard on yourself sometimes. The guy didn't die. Good, great. You know? Like, he's still here.
River's gonna lean his head on his Sorrel's shoulder and just sigh.
The Sorrel's like form like tenses and just relaxes shortly after, and he just puts his arm around your shoulders.
I'm glad you're still around.
I'm glad I'm still around too, but I'm even more
As bad as our
that I found
history
you.
is.
Yeah,
As bad as our history is.
I wouldn't say it was great, but you know.
I don't have very many people left in this world.
You've always gonna have me.
River starts to like doze softly into sleep on Sorrel's shoulder.
And at that point, Haname and Percy, you see this scene before you. You see Sorrel kind of sitting beside River, and River like leaning against him.
Percy, like, when seeing, like, I assume, like, we can see, like, back turned, like,
Yeah, back
the-
turned, facing the cliff. Yeah.
like, River, like, dozing off a little bit.
Mhm.
Yeah, Percy's gonna, like, approach a bit more softly, like, he was kind of in, like, a soft jog,
Mm-mm-mm.
and he'll, like, look towards Haname as, like, with, like, a soft smile on his face as he sees that, like, River's not alone at the moment.
Hanami does the same back at Percy, just gives a soft smile of relief.
I think he'll be okay. I don't want to disturb that moment at the moment.
Hanami nods. Yeah.
Okay. Chains, where are you going to clean up?
Yeah.
Are you going to the nearby river? No pun intended. Not that river, like the actual river.
Yeah, I'll just use his hair. Okay, anyways, no,
Just walk up
Yeah.
behind him, dozing on the cliff, and just start washing your face in him.
Like fucking cupping water from his hair.
no,
Oh my god.
oh no, increase the trauma. Okay, yeah. Wherever there's a source of water that's available nearby, so a nearby river is fine.
Okay, not River the person. Okay, so
Mhm.
Chains, you're kind of glad that it's nighttime because everyone's like in their beds, snoozing away. You're glad that no one can see you wandering through the village streets like covered in blood. So that's great. So you start walking through, and it's eerily quiet. And again, you feel disconcerted. This reminds you so much of your home. A sense of community here, the people you've met. You feel it's so familiar to your hometown.
Chains, like, as he's looking around and as he's feeling this, he's like clutching the scar on his head, and then clutching the then it trails down to clutch onto his crud, what's the neck thing called? The thing
Amulet?
around a necklace? Yeah, amulet. Yeah, amulet.
There you go.
You
And
got this.
just briefly, just like, just takes a deep breath and then just continues on his way.
Trauma baby. Okay. Anyway. So you continue through the streets and make your way to the river, not the river person, but the river, the actual river, the water. The
Love
one
how
that
we have
runs-
to actually
Yeah.
like specify.
Anyway.
Because you're gonna make the pun if we don't.
Yeah. So you make your way to the river. Chains, please roll a perception check. I'm feeling
Yeah.
I'm feeling particularly evil today, so
My favorite kind. Hold on.
a perception check because you're really good at them. Oh shit! Okay.
Oh, fucking damn.
Okay.
Holy Christ!
That +8 modifier is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Okay. Chains, you approach the river and you see a very familiar person sitting beside the river. Long black hair, green eyes, and she just stares at you. It's Ink.
Whoa.
She has dark bags underneath her eyes, and she just watches you. Her,
Changes.
her upper body is covered by a green cloak. Stretches down to her knees.
So Change just stops in place and just like taken aback, and blinks and tilts his head slightly. And I think at this point he believes this is a dream again, so he just starts approaching her.
She doesn't smile. She does not seem happy to see you. She just watches you approach, and as you get closer to her, she just looks up at you. She's like sitting nearby the river, and she says, "Hi, Chains."
She's sitting.
Mhm.
Okay, so Change just sits by next to her, and looks up at this guy and just starts cleaning, and not really like, he doesn't comment, by the way.
He doesn't comment. Okay.
Yeah.
She just watches you. You could feel her gaze like boring through you. Like she's like staring directly through you. That's how it feels. It's just very uncomfortable.
And then Change just looks over to her and then leaves a smile,
Wipe that smile off your face.
and then he goes back to cleaning.
Does he still smile?
No, he's not smiling. He goes back to cleaning.
Please say yes.
Okay. So you continue to clean the blood, and you see like the river's like starting to like go red where you're cleaning yourself, and
Mm-mm.
she just sits and watches, just watching you clean yourself.
And then Chains says, "So, I think I remember."
Good. How much?
Did we die? And Chains looks over to her in a very like that serious face.
She laughs. Like she like cackles.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Chains just like stretches, like taking a break from cleaning, stretches and just like collapse backwards onto the ground and just looks at the sky.
How do you feel about everything? You already seem different, more like yourself.
Chains just like his eyes like slightly glazed over as he's just looking up, and he says, "I don't know. Am I?" And then Chain just stops her.
She just sits for a moment, just in the silence, and the silence is sort of comfortable, but you feel you're kind of more aware at this point, Chains, of other people's feelings. And you know Ink very well. You feel that she is angry. You just feel like an emanating aura of rage from her.
So Chain just glances over to her and what happened?
It's your fault, you know.
Chains immediately turns his head away and nervously smiles like, "My fault?"
Yeah. It's your fault.
Chains rolls over and kind of just like curls up in a ball. It's like, "My fault?"
Yeah. It's your fault that I died. That you died. That we lost everything.
Chains just starts like crawling to get up, like just to stand up, and he slowly just starts walking away, muttering to himself, "My fault."
Chains. She calls to you, and you kind of snap out of this trance that you're in.
Mm.
She says, "I'm not here, you know. Not really."
And Chains pauses, and he takes a deep sigh, a deep breath, and he looks back to her. "What do you mean?"
She stands and she walks towards you, and as she rises, her cloak kind of falls off, and as she walks towards you, it's a very stark realization that she only has one arm. And she walks towards you, determination in every step, as she grabs your arm, rolls up your sleeve, and just gestures to it, like looks down, nods at it, and she says, "That's mine."
Chains just grabs the shoulder of that arm, and clutches onto it, and it's like, "No, what?"
That's mine. I'm dead, Chains. Your little buddies killed me. So yeah, when I say it's your fault, I fucking mean it. I'm dead
Chains.
because of you. And not only that, you stole my fucking arm!
Chain just looks away in silence.
I've been following you ever since, and you're just kind of not there, but also kind of there, but also not there. Like, you have no idea how long I've been following you in this fucking ghostly form. I'm dead. I'm attached to you because you have my arm. Whoever the fuck brought you back stole that from me. And I haven't been able to rest since.
Change just like uses like expands like I don't know how to describe it. Opens the palm of his arm, that arm, and just like looks at it, and then looks at her, but only briefly, and then just looks back at the arm, just like a ghost.
A ghost. Chains. Yes. And I don't want to follow you forever. She crosses her arms. And I don't want to follow you anymore. So, give me closure. Let me move on.
Chains looks over to her with a smile.
She smiles back at you. Like, very
like,
sadly.
And Chains says, I'll see what I can do.
I mean, you're starting to remember, aren't you?
I guess, as he looks up to the sky.
I mean, you remember me dying.
Chains clutches his eyes and clutches the fist of that arm.
I'll take that as a yes. She starts to walk over to you, even closer. She seems more at ease now. And she cups your face in her hands. And, like, presses her forehead against yours. And she's relaxed now. You feel no tension in her form. And she just laughs a little and she says, that's all I needed to hear. And she breaks away from this, like, tender moment and she steps away from you. I know someone's still looking for you. I've been watching you long enough that I know these things. I'm sure you remember some other people from your past too. Specific red-haired fireball. She kind of smiles a little bit. Ring any bells?
Chains just glances over, a tiny chuckle, and then looking at the hand of the of her arm. Which arm is it, by the way?
The right arm.
Oh no! Okay, of the right arm, just looking up, and just looking at it, and then I guess a feeling of just. I don't want to say dread, but just like, yes, what happened to
Summer? I can tell you one thing. He wasn't in the same boat as us. He's not dead. That's for one. He's looking for you. He thinks you're dead. He's looking for your grave. He's looking for the people who killed us.
who? Chains with a serious face looks at Ink's eyes and says, "Who killed us?"
That's only something you can tell me.
Chains like outstretches his arms and just crosses his fingers behind his head and just like looks up, relieves a big sigh. It's like, okay.
Alright, well, you've given me enough closure. As long as you remember and are starting to remember, I think I am comfortable enough to move on.
Chains mutters to himself, "Do I even want to?"
She kind of steps over to you and, like, just crouches beside you. Like, picking at the grass with her only hand. And she says, "That's if you're willing to let me move on. I mean, I'm still attached to you. Literally."
Yeah.
And she looks up, like, smiling at you.
Chains, with his...
river situation, and now the arm situation to deal with.
Oh my god.
like, okay, basically, he clutches it in a soft fist and just like, I guess, pounds it over her head if possible.
You like hit her in the head. She goes, "Ouch! What the fuck?"
And it's like, don't worry, don't worry. He's just smiling, chugging himself. Don't worry.
You'll be
I'll
fine
give it to
without
you.
me.
Chance looks away. It's like, you. Of course not. But, and then changes. Sheepishly just like looks down and keeps just silent.
I'm sorry, Chains. But you need to find him. He's the next piece of the puzzle. I can't help you any more than I already have.
Chain's just tilting his head down, nods silently as he's trying to hold back his tears, realizing that his guilt was her death and that she's dead. And, you know.
I'm gonna go now.
He stretches his right arm to her. And the words he wants to say something, but he couldn't, so he just has his hand just,
She
outreaching
takes
to him.
she takes her own hand in her other hand. And she kind of like squeezes. Now, what is your hand? And she says, spit it out. You're never gonna get another chance to say it.
And he looks away and just like, of course I don't want you to go. And then he pulls back the arm and clutches his chest. And then he lets out like a soft sigh and just like, no, go.
We'll meet again. This isn't the end.
And Chains nods silently.
Look, I can tell how upset you are. We will meet again, Chains.
And Chains with a huge smile looks at her. With a big smile and says, don't worry, I'm fine.
You always say that! She like punches you in the arm. Stop it! Ugh, you really are the same. You haven't changed.
And then he pauses and says, am I though?
Yeah, you're getting there. She steps back from you and she bows towards you. And when she straightens back up, she says, may our oh gracious leader find the missing piece.
He raises her arm. Stop! I'm so sorry. Anyways, and just does a fist in the air, silently, without even looking.
She chuckles and she starts walking away. And she says, I'll see you again soon.
And then he just nods.
As her form kind of fades away into like ghostly mist as she steps away from you, you realize the cloak that she shed before is still there. A real corporeal object.
Chains goes over. Well, when she's like, after a moment, Chains goes over to grab it.
It's real.
And he hugs it.
It was the cloak that her father made for her.
And then he silently says, thank you.
Okay.
Two very powerful scenes for the beginning of this session.
Yes.
Oh my
Even
god.
I'm emotional.
God, that was good.
Excellent. Alright. We're just gonna... Is there anything else that anyone wants to do at the end of the day?
There's something that I want to do in my dream, but that's it.
Yeah, you will dream. You will dream. Haname, is there anything you want to do?
I think I'm good.
Okay. So,
Anyone want to clean up the keep?
Ugh.
We could say
We've
that.
had
for
we've had a
tomorrow.
long enough day.
I think you
That
guys
was a
deserve
long
the
day.
rest.
Friggin' Silex comes in and cleans it themselves.
That's literally what I was planning.
Oh my god.
Predictable! Okay, anyway. So, Trains, you clean yourself up and you walk back to the Citadel. You walk to the keep and enter the Citadel with Ink's cloak. River, do you want to stay on the cliff or did you want to return?
Can Sorrel carry me back?
Sorrel is a fucking weak-ass bitch. He's a fucking artificer, bro. He's a nerd. He has not one muscle on that man's body. He's weak.
Well, I'm guessing that Sorrel would probably wake River up after a little while.
Yeah, he would wake you up after a little bit.
So River would walk himself back to his room and just shut himself in the door.
Yeah. Okay, everyone's back in their rooms. Okay. Chains. You do not dream tonight.
Thank God.
You, for the first time in a long time, have a dreamless, peaceful sleep. Percy!
Yes, yes.
You do dream tonight!
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
No way.
Well,
Well, as per usual, you are in your goddess's garden.
Give me a moment.
I'm giving you one singular moment.
No.
Only the one. Just one. Not you.
yo, the sushi be bussin'.
I'm glad. That's great news, Kara.
Thanks.
Yes. Percy, you awake in the blue fields of SOCIALS's domain. And again, she is humming that familiar song.
Percy kind of like as he usually does when he awakens in the realm, he's laying like face up towards the sky. He kind of like feels the grass in his hands for a little bit, soaking in the comfort that he feels from this realm before slowly standing up, taking a big breath of the air in this realm before
Air? Question mark?
Eh?
before walking towards SOCIALS.
You walk towards her and she, still like, in like a sing-song voice, she says, "Good night, Percy."
Good night, Auntie. How are you faring?
I'm struggling.
His expression instantly goes down. What's happening?
Knowing that my father was alive was something I did not know how to deal with after all this time.
He nods.
Knowing what he went through, knowing what I did to get where I am today. All in his name, as we used to say. Are you struggling, Percy?
Kind of like falters for a little bit. He's like, I suppose I am, Auntie. I'm feeling that I'm not. He kind of like tapers off there, and he's just He's kind of like grabbing the back of his head and just like pressing against it, and he's like, I fear I'm not enough right now.
Percy, your only weakness is that you don't believe in your friends and yourself. You are far too independent. You are working as a singular unit, and that is where you will falter.
Percy like looks confused for a moment. He's like, but I do believe in my friends. I don't quite understand what you're saying, Auntie.
She chuckles. Not their abilities, my dear, their words. In regards to you, you're too hard on yourself. You don't believe in their words, their praise, their compliments. It all falls on deaf ears. Am I wrong?
They say those things, but they don't understand what I need to do. They don't understand what lays before me.
She turns to you and she stands, and because she's always seated in your dreams, Percy. You forget how fucking tall she is.
Yeah.
She is like 9 foot tall.
Yeah.
She towers over you and looks down at you. And she's crossing her arms. She's got a very motherly look on her face. Percy, I think the one who does not understand what you must do is you.
Percy has like a mix of like the look of like a child who got caught like stealing cookies and like confusion.
You don't understand why I chose you to be the emissary, do you?
I'd hate to say that I question your judgment, Auntie, but
I know you do. I feel it. Your wavering faith in my judgment. She smiles.
Percy feels like there's like a bit like his face kind of like heats up in like shame.
Percy, I did not choose you because you are strong. That is not the reason I chose you to be my messenger. I did not choose you for your past. I did not choose you for your present. Percy, I peeked into your future. At the moment, it is not looking bright. She kind of crouches down before you, like she's talking, like, you know that short person meme? Like, how to talk to short people. That's how she's crouching down, because you're short to her. I chose you because of what you could become, not because of what you are. You are pushing yourself onto the brink of destruction, Percy. You are pushing yourself to an early grave. You are in it for the wrong reasons. You are chasing the wrong thing. You, Percy, you're all about persevering, correct?
Percy nods. That's why you named me.
Exactly. Us gods, we peer into the future to give you your names. A lot will be thrown at your way. And I mean a lot. And you will want to buckle, you will want to fall, you will want to crumple under the weight. But what you don't realize is that you are not alone, Percy. I never chose you because you, on your solitary, will be strong. That's not the reason I chose you. I chose you because you are a beacon of light. A beacon of community. Do I make myself clear?
Percy nods at Sias's, kind of like looking in her eyes and not faltering in that gaze.
Your strength will be the connections that you forge through this journey. Because no matter what, Percy, even if there is not a single soul around you, you will never be alone. You will always have me. You will always have my daughter. You will always have Finn, Iera. You will always have River. You will always have Haname. You will have Cole. You will have Chains by your side, even if they are not there physically. Even if they are to perish on your journey, they will still be with you, Percy.
He nods, like, listening to her words very intently.
They will be with you, and they are with you. She stands up straight again. You feel like your party must rely on you, but you're afraid to rely on them. As the mortals say, Percy, it's a two-way street. And she puts up 2 fingers like a peace sign. You must rely on them for them to know that they can rely on you. To be the pillar of your party, you must let them be a pillar holding you up as well. None of this you can do on your own. You are not strong enough. But not in the way that you think. Being able to wield a sword or a glaive does not matter when it comes to strength. How strong you are in body does not matter, not to me. It might matter to my counterpart, but it doesn't matter to me. You are strong in other ways. That is why I chose you. You are strong because you make connections. You make friends who care about you, and you care about them in turn. That is why you are strong.
I see, like, a little bit of a sigh, and you just say, "Thank you, Auntie. I'll try to follow your wisdom."
It's not wisdom, Percy, it's the truth.
He, like, looks like the embarrassment, like, rises in his face again. He's like, "Of course, sorry."
You don't have to listen to everything I say, goodness gracious. You're allowed to go against the grain every now and again. I'm not some sort of dictator. Goodness.
He looks confused for a moment, but, like, he doesn't voice anything.
She crosses her arms again. Look, I have a daughter, Percy. I know what it's like to raise a child. And you, she points at you, are still a child.
Percy nods.
With a lot to carry. She frowns. And she looks a bit guilty. I did not know things would go this far. I did not know that this would be one of the events that would bring you to the path that I saw for you. And I apologize for all the pressure that my gift has put upon you. But
Percy
regardless,
shakes his head to that. Like, he lets her continue, but, like, it looks like he's disagreeing with something that she said there.
regardless, your strength is with the bonds that you forge, Percy. You are strong with a weapon, no doubt in my mind. I had to have a strong emissary when it comes to a fight. She smiles a little bit. And I'm not saying don't continue to try and build that strength, but your true strength, Percy, is your bonds.
He nods. Okay, I'll remember that.
She sits down on the little stump that she sat on before. Now much more relaxed. Good.
Percy, like, awkwardly, like, kind of sits next to her, and he's like, there was one other question I wanted to ask you, Auntie.
Mm-hmm.
It was about, my friend Chains.
You see, like, her hands, like, grab, like, the cloth that's, like, drapes over, like, clenching her hand, her, like, grip on the like the cloth that drapes over her legs. Yes.
Percy looks like intimidated. He feels like he misspoke. He's like, I spoke to him. It was earlier in the day, wasn't it? Like, this is just a long, yeah.
Long day.
I spoke to him earlier today, and he's been plagued with dreams, strange dreams, and he somehow gained an object, like a pin through a needle through those dreams that came into the real world, and I managed to stay strong, but it hurt to touch, and I was
Percy.
wondering if yes.
She looks at you like dead in the eyes. She looks like super serious, and she says, "Don't touch that thing again. It's not meant for you. It's meant for him."
What is it?
That's a question I cannot answer. I'm not all-knowing, Percy. I might know a lot about dreams, but the kind of dreams that your friend is having are out of my domain.
Me nods.
He'll be on the right track either way. You need not interfere. Do I make myself clear?
I won't interfere.
Good. And shall we have this discussion again? She looks at you. I'll be very disappointed in you.
Which one? About chains?
She does peace sign again. Both.
Percy like kind of bows his head. Yes, Auntie.
Good. She again turns back to the ocean before her and begins to hum again.
Percy kind of like stares out, and as he stares, he kind of like begins to nod off again. Last thing he remembers is his body falling towards Siasis and Aline before passing out.
Okay. And with that, this long day is over.
Yay.
Okay. Music switch up.
Yep. Give me a moment.
Excellent.
I'm just trying to find something good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You wake up in your rooms. By you have dreamed or you have not dreamed. I have already told you. On the main river you do not dream. Percy you dream. Chains you do not dream. Okay. Good. You all wake up. The day is yours.
Yeah.
And no sign of a bloody mess anymore.
No, it's
I
all
was about
cleaned
to
up.
ask that.
It's all cleaned up.
Who do we have to thank for this?
You see like a little like note written on a piece of parchment, like, clean up after yourselves, angry face. With no, and then like, you see like a with no love, Silax.
Oh.
He did not question it.
That's so fucking funny.
What do you guys do? The day is yours.
Let's see. Where would we be eating at the tavern?
I mean, yeah, you can be eating at the tavern. Yeah, alright, let's go there. You guys are eating breakfast at the tavern. This music is very intense.
Yeah, it was chill at first, but this is way too much. Give me a moment. I was like, oh, I need to get a song, and I accidentally put in something that's fucking nuts.
I love Xenoblade X.
I know you love Xenoblade X. Give me a moment.
Wait for the music to change.
Yeah, sorry guys.
It's a very
You
climactic
gotta put the
morning.
Yeah, this is like a fucking boss fight.
you
Mhm.
gotta put the blade
There you
home.
go.
Oh, no.
Okay. So you
There
guys
you go.
all filter into the tavern. Promise is there's quite a couple patrons in here. All I would say are folks you recognize and have met that live in the keep now. You see Bowstring and Eternity kind of sitting at their own table. Bowstring, like, you see, like, Eternity's, like, doing, like, a heroic pose, and Bowstring's, like, scribbling stuff down on a piece of paper. Promise is kind of, like, flittering about the tavern, serving people their drinks and food. She seems to be in very high spirits as she kind of dances around, serving people their orders. You guys all walk in. Who walks in first?
She will.
Percy, you walk in first and you see the kind of pretty bustling tavern, and you take a seat at a table for 4.
Mm-hmm.
Who walks in next?
Chains will, but he's looking at the ground.
Okay, Chains walks in next, looking at the ground, and Percy, you see Chains is wearing something really weird. He's wearing a green cloak over what he usually wears as he comes to sit at the same table you're sitting at.
New fashion chains.
No, what was that? It broke out. Sorry.
Well, new sense of fashion. They're sporting
so-
something new.
So Chains is sitting by Percy at this point, I imagine, and then Chains just like grabs the cloak and just like holds it, and then it's still like just looking away, and would he go for a comment or if he nod? He nods and then says, this it belongs to a friend, and then he looks over to Percy with a soft smile.
Percy's like, is it really? Well, maybe you can introduce me sometime.
So Chains
Ouch!
smiles bigger and holds out his right hand and takes a look at it. No, don't worry. He looks at it, and then looks over to Percy and says, "Yeah, I'd like that."
I thought you were gonna like
What's the
shake
next step?
Percy's hand with it. I was gonna be like, what
No,
the fuck
no,
is wrong?
no,
with
no,
you?
Yeah, I thought
That's
you were gonna
old
be,
Chains. That's old Chains.
I thought you were gonna be like, you've already met her. I'm like, what?
Yeah, no. That's old Chains.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
okay.
Chains has manners now.
Chains
Yeah,
has manners
Percy-
now. Oh my god.
Percy smiles. Percy smiles and he's like, "You're in a much chippier mood, Chains. I must admit, it's lovely, but it's yeah, you're especially after yesterday. You seem much happier."
Chains is like, looks over to Promise and just waves her over. 'cause,
Promise
you know,
like
he's hungry.
hops over and she's like, "What can I get you?"
I don't know what Hold on, I
you want me
gotta.
to bring up a menu for you?
Toss us a menu.
Okay. Okay. While I'm getting
are you-
getting the menu up.
Yeah,
Who walks in next?
you can also order for Chains.
No. You do it.
Okay.
Chains will have the kids' meal.
Chains will have the chicken nuggies.
I want the BTS meal, please.
No.
No.
I don't know why I
BTS
never
Jimin.
expected Ruzo to make that joke. Like that's.
Okay. Oh my god.
I actually had the BTS meal.
Oh, I've had it too. It's actually the sauces kind of went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had it too. Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm pulling up the menu, everyone. Don't be alarmed.
Yeah, this music is much chiller. Much better.
The BTS meal.
There you go.
That was so delayed.
Oh, the BTS meal. You won't have to pay. It's on the house because it'd kind of be bad for her to be like, "Give me money."
Yeah. So.
VC text.
Braised spicy chicken with shallot.
I would like River to be last.
Okay, braised spicy chicken and shallot.
Yeah.
Okay. She nods and she looks at you, Percy.
Percy's like looking through all of these meals which are pretty unfamiliar to him. And he's like, could I try the braised dragon and strawberry tart? And, I can't drink, so...
She kind of like leans over to you, Percy, and she says, "It's not real dragon."
Hanami just sighs with relief.
That's okay, I'll still try it.
Okay, it's just like marinated beef that we call dragon because it's spicy.
Percy
You
nods.
should
I like
change it.
Okay, sorry. Hanami walks in.
Haname's like a cultural sensitivity checker.
Sorry, I didn't know.
Hanami with her scaly face. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Hanami, you take a seat as well.
And no, do you have anything else? I can't drink mead.
I have she like flips through her like menu that she has. We've got strawberry juice.
Percy grins. He's like, yeah, that sounds awesome, thank you.
Okay. Hanami, what would you like?
I'll have the steamed whitefish with ginger and dried pomegranate.
Okay, she writes it down.
Classic.
River, you walk in now. You see Chains wearing that same green cloak that Percy saw.
As River walks in, everyone at the table sees deep, dark bags under River's eyes.
Oh, poor Papa.
And River's hair is a mess. Like, it looks like rapids right now.
Ooh. Okay. So River,
Just say River did not have a good night.
I can imagine. River, you walk over to the table and take a seat, and Promise kind of looks at you like a bit nervous. And she says, "Could I interest you in a mug of coffee?"
Yes.
And
Half cream, half coffee.
and to eat?
Can I
Same.
just get some eggs?
Yeah, sure thing. She writes it all down and she nods at you and she hops back into the kitchen. You guys are now free to chat between yourselves.
Awkwardly
River
sits there. Like
Face
real
plants
life.
into the table.
Like, River, are you... Percy checks River's pulse.
Roll medicine.
Percy, River is what?
Roll as your character, please.
Fuck. Karma.
Percy, you can't find a pulse.
Percy's panicking.
River just like waves his hand in front of his like hair there.
And then,
It's like shooing Percy off of his arm.
you can't find this pulse, but then you realize after like River waves, you're like, oh wait, he's still breathing.
Percy's like, sorry, River, are you okay? You're worrying me.
I'm alive.
That's certainly a relief. Percy, stupid enough to not know if his friend instantaneously died, wise enough to know how to try to check for a pulse.
Alright. So without any delay, so you guys wait like maybe about 20 minutes and your food comes. You get your braised spicy beef and strawberry tart with a glass of strawberry juice, Percy. Chains, you get your spicy chicken and shallot. Company. Oh, sorry, Hanami. My bad. Sorry, I broke the fourth wall there. My bad.
It. I'm breaking you.
Oh! You get your steamed whitefish and with ginger and dried pomegranate, and you get your eggs, River, and mug of coffee. And as she brings your food, Promise kind of like gives you a little bow and she says, "Enjoy." And you already see Haname on the menu that she brought you, just in case you wanted to order anything else. You see dragon crossed out with spicy beef.
Thank you, Promise.
Very, like,
Haname's eyes
Uh,
squint.
Chains
Haname
nods
just
and just
nods.
yeah. Chains nods and then eats without hesitation.
Percy locks eyes with the fucking juice, and he goes in. Like you guys, Percy is usually like a very polite eater. Like you guys could gather, like he's been like trained to like table etiquette. He fucking sculls this juice down, no hesitation.
He fucking drinks it like a
Fucking-
4-year-old who's really thirsty. And comes
Yeah,
to
he
no drinking
chugs that
water.
shit down. It fucking vanishes.
He fucking heavily breathes after every gulp.
Yeah, like it's just gone, and then like after like he fucking like an animal slips it all up. He just starts like he picks up his fork and knife and begins politely like carving at his beef.
River taking small sips of his coffee and picking at his food every now and then while eating.
Haname just digs in and then looks over at River. You alright, River?
Let's just say, not in the best mindset after yesterday.
Percy nods. Well, hopefully we can take today to all get our spirits back. I think this is a great way to start.
River is sort of like glancing back
Excuse
and
me.
forth between like Chains and his food.
Sorry.
Yeah, like River just keeps glancing back and forth between his food and like just looking at Chains with worry.
And like mid-food, Percy will like spark with remembrance, and you put down his cutlery. Like, oh, by the way, Chains, I had to talk to Auntie last night about your needle.
Chain just looks up while still eating, making eye contact with Percy. Yeah.
She said that she is a goddess of dreams and all, but the dreams that you are having are not within her full purview. He turns to the rest of them, and he's like, she said that the needle that you have, it's for you alone, and none of us else should touch it, and we shouldn't interfere. He turned to Chains, like, if it's any consolation, she said that with time you'll be able to figure it out and be able to handle it yourself. And we'll all be here to support you in the meantime. He smiles towards him.
Chains just more of a blank stare, just pretty vacant, not really for a moment, and then as he's eating, he pauses and then looks at Percy, smiles, then I guess scans the room just to look at the rest of you, and then just proceeds to go back to eating.
River spits out whatever coffee he had in his mouth.
What?
What? Like Percy's like a little bit his cheek, and he's like wiping it off with like a napkin. Like, are you okay, River? What's up?
Did Chains just smile?
Yeah, he
He's been
was
doing that ever since.
He's been in a very chipper mood.
Chains looks over to River and's like, oh no, I gotta think about this. Hold on.
Take your time. Take your time.
Oh, is there something wrong with smiling?
Yeah.
No.
The fact that you've never done it until today.
I've never done it.
Hey, there's always a time for new things. I think it's very
Chains
nice.
just proceeds to go back to
in
eating.
the past like month or two that I have been with you in this group, you have not smiled once.
Nah, I must admit, like the timing's a bit odd after what happened yesterday, but it's good to see you in high spirits.
You're not as calculating as you were before.
Chain just looks at River dead in the eye, and then like blank face, no smile, and then smiles, and like, Ah, I see. And it continues to go back to eating.
Okay.
I can imagine just like River being extremely unnerved. And Percy's like, "Yay, my friend is smiling."
He's like,
River's
"Yeah."
just River just has like that sort of like not like a look with disgust, but like he's just like, what the heck? Huh?
What the?
Just like what just happened?
And let's see. So I think Chains is as I'm assuming Chains is like could be finished with the meal,
Yeah.
but as he's finished, he pauses for a moment, and then without looking up, he asks, "So what happened last night?"
Percy's confused.
River spits out his coffee again.
Percy, like more of it hits
Meanwhile,
his cheek.
Hanami is drenched,
Yeah,
sitting there like,
Yeah, Haname's like across the table from River. River's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, Haname.
some of it like hits Percy's like little chin on his thing and like sprays back a bit at River. Like it like reflects back. He's like, he begins like fucking wiping his face and he offers a napkin towards Haname. He's like, River, please don't drink right now.
River grabs his coffee, stands up, and walks out the door after Chains asks the question.
Percy looks exasperated. He's like, "Is this gonna be a thing that happens a lot?" He's like begun trying to help Haname with like drying herself off. He's like, here, let me give you a hand.
So
Thank
Chains
you,
watched
Percy.
River walk out,
Yeah.
and then looks dead and eye at Haname and Percy, just like scanning between. It's like, what happened?
Percy's like, sorry for River. He took it very rough last night. Well, he looks towards the train. He's like, do you not remember? I mean, you were covered in blood. Do you not remember what happened?
Chains shakes his head.
Well, I wasn't there when it first happened. Cole ran by and Haname and I after you. Well, you all got very drunk, and then Haname and I we took you down to lay down in your beds. And we went off to go train for a little bit, and then about half an hour later, Cole just ran in,
Like shouting about how like you were bleeding and like you were crying for help, and we went in and he like pauses for a moment. He's like, well, when I got there were like two presences above you. One was some sort of celestial divine figure almost, and the other was, he like scratches his head. I don't even know how to describe that one. That one was he like tapers off and like try to figure out how the fuck to describe an aberration.
So Chains just tilts his head, and then and just nods slightly and says, "I see."
Yeah, we
Excuse me.
were. Oh god.
All right. It's decided.
What?
Decided.
What's decided?
It.
Fuck.
It.
Fuck. Yeah,
Sorry,
Percy's
that's
just like
1d100. We've got to roll another one. Sorry. Okay. River.
Yes.
As you leave the tavern, you see a very familiar tabaxi, kind of looking around. It's Silver Locket.
Oh god.
She's like got like a really like a haphazard like drawn like scribbled map. And she's like looking around like she's lost.
River really, he looks very disheveled with a cup of coffee in his hand as he leaves the tavern. River sort of just like downs the rest of the coffee, and then sort of like
So River
leaves
can
the
spit it out
mug.
again.
No. River like downs all the coffee, then leaves the mug by like the door to the tavern, and then just walks over to Silver Locket.
she like turns, she like hears you approach, her ears are like flicking a little bit. He's like, "Oh, River! I knew I'd find
Hi.
you here. Where are the others?" She's like looking around.
They're in the tavern.
Well, I need to talk to you all.
Ugh.
Same.
Oh my god. Well, I'll be in the keep over there.
No, now.
Fine.
She starts walking into the tavern, and you hear like the door slam open. Like Percy, Ahaname, and Chains. You hear like clang as the door like slams open, and you see Silver Locket there, scanning the tavern for you all. And she just beelines towards you. She says, "We need to talk."
Okay.
River is like shuffling out of the doorway to try and escape.
Hi, Silver.
It's Locket.
Hi, hi, Locket.
Hello. You. She points at Chains. What the fuck is wrong with you? Anyway, you seem different. Anyway, so do you. She points at Haname. The rest of you are whatever. I don't care. Anyway, she points at you and she fucking takes a seat and she sits down. We need to talk.
What's happened?
What have you been doing?
Well,
Yeah, that's what I thought. Nothing, because you didn't say anything for a hot minute. You had to think about it. You couldn't say we're doing our quest. I hired you to kill the new god, and you're sitting here all hamby-pamby in a tavern. You now own a keep. Yeah, you know, this was not what I expected from you. Like, good on you, I guess, but this is not what you're meant to be doing. So, she slams down like a piece of paper on the table. You're going to Ori. Yesterday. By yesterday, I mean right now, you're going to Ori. Right now.
Chain's ears perk up and just basically says, nods and says, okay.
Because I've been doing my job by helping you find leads on the new god while you've been sitting around eating... She gestures at Haname's plate. Fish, okay? I've been doing my job.
We've been
Good
looking for
fish,
leads.
Have you killed anyone yet?
Yes,
Yes.
Were they related to the new god?
somewhat.
She's gonna roll insight on you.
I mean, they are somewhat connected.
She rolled 3. She's like,
So, yeah.
whatever. Doesn't matter.
Well,
I've got a new job for you. That needs to be done now.
What, are you
Okay.
gonna teleport us over there?
Yes. Are you mocking me?
No.
She looks at Haname.
You know,
Haname
it
just
would help us
whistled.
get our job done much faster if you could just teleport us to where we need to go.
Percy kind of like
Answer.
Percy kind of like punches River in the shoulders, like, "Hey, maybe don't bite the hand that feeds."
Yeah, I'll fucking bite you. Anyway,
Well,
So where do we need to go?
to Ori, I just said that.
One second though.
What?
Locket,
Yes.
this is technically our base of operations.
Great.
So, I want to make a deal with you.
Okay, what's the deal?
If we do this job and follow this lead that you have for us right now,
Yes, right now.
will you try to pull some strings to get us a teleportation circle made in this keep?
You guys are so annoying. Why did I fucking hire you to do this?
I mean, it's because we're charming, obviously.
No. No, it's not. Shut up. Let me think about it.
So,
Shut up. Just let me think. She
well,
Shut
you
up!
want us to go now?
stop talking. I need to think. She closes her eyes.
As this is happening, Percy's writing something down on a piece of paper.
She's like closing her eyes and she's like leaning up against the table, like propped up on her arm, and she's like, Yep. Okay. You know what? It'll help me. So you know what? Fine, I'll pull some strings, I'll get it done. But you gotta go now. Now.
Deal.
Great. Okay, great. She stands up. she like gestures like, come on.
Percy's
You want
gonna-
to shake on
follows.
it? You want to shake on the deal?
Sure. She like takes her hands out, spits on it, and then offers her hand to you.
River just like rubs his hand through his water hair and offers it.
That's not spit, but I'll take it. She shakes her hand.
It's a bodily fluid of mine, I guess.
Ew.
Technically, it is. Water hair, bodily fluid, same difference.
Come. Say goodbye to your dudes.
Yeah. Change is just following after her.
Bye, promise. Make sure to keep this place clean.
She waves.
And fix that menu of yours officially.
Oh my god! Hana makes such like a.
Oh my god.
Percy's gonna walk up towards the table with bowstring and eternity at it, and he's gonna well, I guess I'll see you later.
They like Bowstring kind of smiles and like you see like she like smiles like birdly because she's a bird.
Yeah.
She like perks up a little bit, like she waves and she like gives like 2 feathery thumbs up to Haname, and she like connects eyes with Silverlocket, and those of you who are like looking at Silverlocket right now, you see like a big smile on her face as she like waves with 2 hands to Bowstring. And then when she like sees that you're looking at her, she just stops.
Percy gives Bowstring a little ruffle on the head, and then just walks up and gives Eternity a massive fucking hug.
Eternity gives you
Sorrel in the...
Yeah, Sorrel is in the time, and Eternity gives you a little kiss on the cheek.
Percy blush.
Oh.
He's like, well, stay safe.
She smiles and nods.
River's gonna walk up to Sorrel.
Sorrel gives you like a pat on the back. He feels awkward. He doesn't know what to do.
River's gonna pull Sorrel in for a hug.
He hugs you back and he's like, "So you're leaving now?"
Yeah, I could give you a challenge to do while I'm gone, though.
Okay, depends on what it is.
Well, I don't know if you're like gonna back out of a challenge from me, your rival.
Just tell me what it is.
Could you possibly think up some of your contraptions to use as defense for the keep?
He's like, "Okay, I thought you were gonna give me a difficult challenge, but this is like really easy." Of course.
Well, I want you to challenge yourself to come up with unique stuff.
Yeah, I know. I'll come up with a new invention. Sure. Just shoot. He pats you on the back and like shoos you away. I need to get to work.
River like ruffles his hair and then struts away really quickly.
Silverlocket's just waiting for you guys by the door.
And Percy's gonna like walk up to.
Haname, is there anyone you want to say goodbye to?
Bye, Bowstring. Bye, Bowstring.
Bowstring, wave. Oscar looks sad. Oscar looks sad.
You say goodbye to Oscar.
Nah, fuck that guy.
He said to
No,
Oscar,
it's like
no.
it's like bye, Bowstring. Bye, Bowstring. Bye, Oscar.
Oh my god.
Oscar understands, but he still looks a little hurt.
Oh my god.
Okay, so you guys. Yes, Jay?
Yeah. Okay. So, let's see. Can I say that Chains bought a little like booklet journal? Before? Okay. Chains wants to go up to Promise. And then okay. So he raises his hand and says, like, Promise?
Yes.
And then he pulls out the notebook and hands it to her.
What do you want me to do with this?
And then he says, could you write down anything, like, anything you see unusual, and especially if you see any... And then he... other tabaxis around?
Oh, yeah, of course. So this is for when you get back?
And then Chains nods and then proceeds to follow after the group.
Okay. Everyone like says bye. They wave to you, and as you guys leave the tavern, and Silverlocket kind of leads you to the town square. And she puts her hands on her hips, and she's like, Do you need to pack anything, or?
Well, the essentials, you know.
Feel
We
like-
weren't expecting to leave right after breakfast.
My pack's all set in my room. I just have to go grab it.
Yeah, then go and grab it then.
Percy runs off to go grab his pack.
The longer I have to wait, the
River.
longer I get.
Me too.
The more I get annoyed. So just go.
River runs.
She looks at you,
Last-
Chains. Do you need to get anything, or?
I mean, Chains. I guess yeah. Chains. If he doesn't have it, goes back to the keep,
I
gets the
just-
stuff, and gets ready
Last
to go.
one to the keep is a rotten egg.
Yeah,
I just imagine when Silverlock is asking Chains like, well, do you need to get anything? Chain just goes, and then just says Chains.
Chains turns into a fucking Pokemon.
Chains. Like he's under pressure. He doesn't know what to think. Okay. You guys return to Silver Locket. And she sits down, just in the town square.
What you doing?
Sit!
Percy sits down.
Okay.
I said sit!
City.
River sits.
Okay. Whew. She pulls out like a sword, just a whole ass fucking sword. And she puts it in the center of where you guys are sitting. You're sitting in like a circle, and she like offers her hand. I assume like Percy's sitting to the right of her, and like Haname's sitting to the left. So she offers her hands to you to hold hands.
Percy takes it and is like, excuse my hands. And he grabs her with his gauntlet hands.
Scrunchy. Okay.
I'm not holding the spit hand.
No, that's my right hand. He's holding it. She like nods to Percy. I don't think he cares though. Hand. She like makes like grabby
Chains
motions.
extends his hands.
Holding hands.
Okay, so you guys are
River
all
will grab Haname's hand and Shane's hand.
you guys are all holding hands in a circle.
Pretty gay.
Pretty
Hand holding
gay.
tree.
Yeah, this is pretty gay, guys.
This is an
Pretty
extremely
gay.
gay moment. Bunch of trains and gay people sitting in a fucking circle.
You
Yep.
like she takes a sharp breath and closes her eyes. And you hear her mumbling like arcane words, none of which you understand because none of you are arcane casters. No one understands what she is saying. So you hear her mumble and like speak these arcane words as she just continues. You see the sword begin to like kind of shake and rattle against the stone pavement of the town square. And all of you are knocked fucking out like a light. You're fucking gone. You're like, bonk. You're out. You're unconscious.
Guys, we all died.
You're not
Snore,
dead.
snore,
You're unconscious.
snore.
I was bound to heaven eventually.
Okay, anyways.
Can we change the music, please?
Okay, we in Ori officially.
Dream Ori.
Dream Ori?
Yes.
The fuck does that mean?
Whatever you want it to mean.
Dream Ori.
Are we astral projecting?
No.
Darn.
Darn. Just get some like spiritually kind of weirdo music.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Excellent. So you guys like awake. You guys awake in like kind of like a weird kind of version of Uzumaki, so the capital where you originally all met. Wow. And everything is kind of out like dark, and everything's kind of outlined in like blue. Like the same kind of blue that Silverlocket's eyes are. And she kind of walks around and like you're no longer holding hands. Don't worry, we're not that lewd, everyone. And she's just walking around. You're in, like, the meeting room that you all met in.
This is some serious deja vu, I guess.
Come on. Again, we don't have all day.
Jane just follows, basically shadowing her.
She...
Could you explain what's going on, please?
Yeah, walk and talk. She opens the door to the meeting room, and you guys start walking through the halls, seeing, like, every person that you see is, like, a silvery kind of ghostly form. So, you walk through the halls of Uzumaki, and eventually leave the castle, and you walk outside of the castle, and eventually you find your way to a temple. And she snaps her fingers at Chains, and she says, "You first.
Okay.
Go in."
Chains goes in.
Chains, as you open the door to the temple, none of you see this, only Chains sees this. You see a blue curtain behind the door. And you pull it back, and Percy, you're next.
Okay, Percy follows in Chains' footsteps.
And Chains is gone, like no longer there. Percy, you do the same, pull back the blue curtain, and River, your turn.
You want to explain what this is first?
Just go!
Ah, fine.
You think I would kill you? After I literally... Well, I'm here! Like, why would I also, like, do this to myself if I didn't trust it? Just go.
River just shrugs and goes.
Go quickly before someone wakes you up. Go, go, go. You, now, Haname. And you pull back the curtain as well, River. And Haname, it's your turn.
Coming.
You pull back the blue
I'm
curtain,
coming.
and you guys are all awake at the front of this temple, no longer with that weird, like, blue sheen over everything, and you hear, like, people, like, mumbling and, like, whispering, and then they just move on. You are now in Ori. Congratulations.
We did it.
What?
And Silver Locket steps out from the temple behind you. She's like, you guys woke up slower than I did. Anyway, guess you're not used to it. Yep.
Explanation?
That was a spell.
Yeah, I figured.
My
What kind
father,
of spell?
my father taught it to me. It's conjuration.
So you conjured us in a different existence.
I made you go to sleep. You went unconscious, so did I. And for the whole experience, like, the duration, we were asleep for 6 hours, by the way. That was 6 hours.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, so basically we got visions of Ori, and we were asleep for 6 hours, so good thing no one woke us up. Encounter a mysterious blue curtain, and you pull it back, and then you're here. Mentally and physically, you're transported here. It's called Dream of the Blue Veil.
It's really cool.
Yes.
Ugh,
Where's
I
my
needed that
fucking
sleep.
sword? She, like, looking around.
Going insane.
Is that something that I could learn how to do, or...?
It's a 7th level spell.
So, probably not yet.
Yeah, basically, once.
So Shane just basically just steps up and just like, so what do we need to do?
Well, she puts her hands on her hips. Ooh, some of you aren't gonna like this. Yeah, no. I'm surprised you didn't ask me to tell you about it before you came here. Anywho, so there's a disease.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Spreading through the south of Ori. It started spreading to Marine, which is why I needed to find you.
What kind of disease are we talking?
It's not Mistra's kiss before you assume that. It's some sort of a plague, and we aren't able to find a cure. It's... Our healing wizards have been using every kind of healing magic we could even think of. None of it's working. Cure disease isn't even working. Like, I don't understand how it's not working. So I'm kind of at a standstill here. I've exhausted...
It could be a curse.
I've tried that too. We've exhausted all of our options. And from my research, She clears her throat. This is a man-made disease.
Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any leads on where we can start?
Look, I've got it originating at Yumiko Village. That's all I've really got for you at this point. All the people there are really sick, or dead. So, there's not a lot of people you can ask. I can't even list all the symptoms. Like, when I come to heal someone, they're already dead.
So, is there any sort of preventative measures? Like, what if we catch it?
I don't know.
Shall we head to Unico Village?
I've spoken to some of my best artificers, and we've made masks that should try and help. Like, I don't know if you guys have ever gone into like a volcano or anything where there's lots of like gas in the air. We call them gas masks. They're kind of used to protect against deadly gases. So I'm hoping that works. If it doesn't, then you're kind of screwed. I'm surprised I haven't caught it yet. Maybe I have caught it. I don't know, but it's not in Uzumaki yet, and that's something we can be happy of. I've been using the masks myself, and I haven't caught it, so...
Chains extends or holds out his hands like without even saying anything.
I don't know what you want from me. Use your words.
Gas mask?
I don't have them on me.
Well, where are they?
They're at the castle.
Where?
At the castle! There! She points at the castle. They're in there, in my office.
Well, lead the way.
Okay. She starts walking through the streets. As you can see, a lot of people are just inside. Like, no one's really out on the streets. And it's about, 2 o'clock.
River sighs in relief.
Not for a good reason, River. People are scared.
Yeah, but it'll help me get through this easier.
She continues to walk through, and you guys eventually reach her office. There's not a lot of guards patrolling the castle either, so she hands you each a gas mask. Everyone please add a gas mask to your inventory.
It's like in the bio section?
No, not in the bio section, in your inventory.
Percy, like, tries to put it on now, just, like, figure out how to put it, and, like, awkwardly kind of, like, tries to sidle it around his chin.
You picked up River's.
Sorry, and he hands it over to River and picks up a different one.
We
Tries,
tried. River was easy to make a model for, just regular, humanoid form. But you've got spiky stuff. Haname has horns, and Chains has ears on the top of his head. So, Chains, yours clips around the back of your head like this. And she, shows you. Because I have the same issue. My ears are on the top of my head. Percy, yours is just fitted a little bit differently, just so it, cleanly wraps around so no air gets in. And Haname, I kind of made it so it, goes behind your horns a little bit, so it doesn't, feel awkward or anything. Hopefully the models work well for you guys.
Thank you for accommodating.
It's not fashionable at anything.
Safety
James
becomes
puts
before
it on.
fashion.
James puts it on without hesitation. He's like,
Yeah, Percy chucks it on just a test.
James keeps it on.
Chains, you think you look really cool right now.
Yeah.
Well, it's not in Uzumaki at the moment, so we can probably take them off for now.
Yes.
River's not even gonna test his.
And he detaches it, and he's like, "Yeah, thank you for being accommodating towards our unique specifications."
Of course. It's my job. Well, my first suggestion is heading to the Yosei Vineyard. A nice young lady works there and owns the place. She's kind of protected herself from the disease. She's an artificer. Listen, okay, I'm gonna be very honest with you. She's very, very creepy and very, very weird. So,
Yeah,
like...
I've dealt with artificers before.
No, I mean, like, really weird. Not like in an artificial way, like this person is just straight up weird kind of way. You'll see what I mean when you get there.
You see
Yeah,
a lot of
weirdos are
different types
weird.
of people on a ship.
Yeah, I imagine.
Well, should be a. Is there like a map on the table or something?
Yeah, there's a map of Marine and Ori, just like what you see
Yep.
on your screen.
Yeah, Percy like traces his finger and he's like, "Well, that should be a short journey." He accidentally leaves like a little scratch mark on it with his sharp claws as he.
You know what? Just take the map. Just take it.
Thank you.
I'll get a new one.
You're just so nice.
And so, are we the only ones in the room right now?
Yeah, it's just you and her.
Okay, and I wrote this down for secrecy's sake, but since you're here, I thought you'd know we did find out something about the new guard that we should let you know.
What did you find out?
We found out that the ruler of Ghost Pass Leaf, it turns that him and his sister are allied with the new guard. She's not actually dead from Mr. Kiss, as he says. She
It was a
ran
lie.
off. She ran off towards Ysael and has started worshipping the new god, and he knows and is in conversation with her. So it's safe to assume that both of them are compromised.
We'll try and get more information on it. I'll send some spies out. And then we'll get back to you on that.
He's like, I know that the person. I don't know what happened since the last time we saw him. He ran off before an ambush, but the person who's acting as Leaf's boyfriend at the moment, he was also a spy. So if you could potentially link with him, let him know that you've been in contact with Otska and us. Then he might potentially be able to give you information.
I'll try.
Percy notes. We've been busy, I promise.
Also, that tribe that was aggressive was aggressive because they're allied with the... No, not the tribe, but since Leaf was allied with the new god, the tribe of the Copper Dunes, was it, Percy?
Percy nods. Yes, they're allied with... He kind of like... He looks fucking, like, really crestfallen, and he tapers off.
She nods.
I don't think that tribe is allied with the new god, but they are fighting the people who are allied with the new god.
I see. Look, we'll look into it, and we can send you back there once we have more information, so it's safer for you to travel.
Thank you.
She nods.
See, we aren't useless after all.
Shut up. Whatever. Alright. Well, get out of here. It'll take you about 3 days to get there. So, make haste, or whatever. May the gods be with you, or whatever they say.
Is there a place we can grab a carriage to get there a little bit quicker, or...?
Look, I'll
I'm
be
not
honest with
turning
you.
into a horse again.
I'll be honest with you. No one really wants to offer traveling services right now because no one really wants to go down south.
Percy
Like
nods.
literally and figuratively. Like no one wants to go south in Ori, and no one wants to be 6 feet under. So.
Percy
I'm not turning into a horse again.
Again.
Aww.
Look, I'm not interested in whatever's going on with you guys. This is beyond me. Well,
Chains starts walking out the room, waving his hand as he walks out.
yep.
Thank you for the
anyway.
assistance, Lockett. It's much
Shoo.
appreciated.
Yes, of course. It's my job. Shoo, shoo. Get out of here.
Remember the deal.
Yeah, shut up. Whatever. I'll work on it. Go!
Percy's like walk out the door with chains.
Rivers left.
You guys leave her office and start heading out of Uzumaki, and you start making your journey.
Yay!
Yay! Random encounter time.
Oh,
Oh,
joy.
Oh no.
It's okay. We're gonna do fine.
Sure.
Fucking dragon appears out of nowhere.
Ah, no. Ah! Okay. Okay. Let's be rolling on my. I have like a D100 table for Ori. Let's see how this goes. Okay, interesting. Let's see what this is. Okay, you guys begin your first day of travel. as you walk the pathways of Ori, you encounter an old man. You encounter an old man. He's got like a big like sack on his back, and he's just walking. And he says, "Oh, hark, young travelers!" And he waves at you.
Approach.
Ha!
Hark. Hi.
No.
Let's go hard.
He's got like a really,
Alright.
he's got like a really long beard and like really bushy eyebrows. He's got silver hair. And he's like, he's a human. He's like, would you care for a riddle?
Sure.
Yes.
I'm game.
Okay. What kind of ear cannot hear?
What kind of ear cannot hear?
Yes. He's like making very wavy motions as he speaks to you.
Corn.
Correct! This is for
Mm.
you! And he fucking hands you a potion. Be on your
Uh,
way,
what is-
adventurers! Good luck!
What? What is
And
this?
wait.
It's a potion of curing silence for your ears! And he walks away.
What's your name? Thank you.
He doesn't tell you his name, he's gone. That's your first encounter of the travel. You only get 3.
It's a potion. It's a
Of cure
potion.
silence. So if someone casts silence on you, you'll be able to drink it and cast your verbal components for your spells.
Ah,
He was a nice guy.
did you see me solve that riddle so quickly? I'm just so good.
Percy gives River some like a bit of like applause, like good job.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just so wise, you know.
Alright, camping time. It's night encounters time. Here we go.
Are we gonna split the watch?
Yes, you can split the watch. Who's taking first watch?
River would like to volunteer himself in chains for first watch.
Okay. Chains, do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Percy and
Yeah,
Haname,
no,
you... That's your snoozing sound. Okay, River and Chains, will you speak?
River is sort of just like... River looks like he wants to start conversation with Chains, but also like he looks very uncomfy.
Sorry, I dropped my die. My bad.
Chains is just like most of the time is keeping to himself, but occasionally he'll extend his right hand and just stretch it out to the sky and just like look at it.
Chains.
Chains just nonchalantly just like looks over.
Why
And,
did I imagine Chains going Chains again without saying anything else?
That's me!
I'm sorry for being so awkward around you.
Chains just okay. He shrugs and then continues looking at his hand.
It's just... I thought I would be able to do something this time. You know, actually save someone.
Chains looks over, tilts his head, and is like, "Am I not saved?"
It wasn't by me, though. I tried my best. I used literally every single... I used every single spell in my power on you to try and save you, but it wasn't enough. I was there. I was there when you stopped breathing entirely.
Chains grasps his right hand and pulls it down to him and clutches his chest and's like, sometimes you can't. I mean, sometimes you can't save everyone, and all you can do is just. And then he opens his right hand, and just looks down at it. You have to just do what you can.
Sounds like we're in a same situation where someone close to us has died because of us.
Change just looks over to, I was gonna say Percy, but looks over to River and just smiles and just like, and then just nods.
Do you know what happened? Why you're acting different?
Am I acting different?
You seem like you have more, I don't know how to put it. You seem more expressive than you were. You seem more real.
Change just shrugs.
And what's up with your arm? You've been fidgeting around with it.
Nothing. Or and then he just like looks down at the arms. I just remembered something, and then grasps it.
Well, just know if you do need to talk. I'm a pretty good listener.
And then he looks over and's like, I don't want to say something mean. Dang it.
If that's what Chains would say, then say it. No one's gonna get upset.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think about it. I'm just like, it's like, I don't think Chains would say it. I was just thinking like, but won't you just run away?
Oh my god.
I know! I don't think Chains would say it. I think he's nice now.
He's nice now.
But
He got better.
yeah. Yeah. He's still frank though, but I'll let Chains say it. Go for it. You do what you want with it.
Chains said, wouldn't you run away though?
I have my own issues to sort through, but I can put them aside if I'm prepared to deal with stuff. I wasn't prepared last time. It's mental things, you know?
Oh man, okay. Okay, fine. Okay. Chains. So what did happen?
All I know is I woke up to you screaming for help. Saying, someone help. And I rush out of my door to see Cole also doing the same. And to see you, like, covered in your own blood and your head wound open. I told Cole to go grab Percy and Haname while I stayed behind to try my best to keep you from dying by using all the healing that I could muster.
Chain's eyes soften and looks over at River and smiles and just, thank you. And then he just looks back to just looking out into the distance.
I wish I could have done more, but at least you're okay now.
And Chains pumps his right fist and says, better than okay.
River rolls his eyes and just goes back to looking at the perimeter of the camp area.
It's random encounter time, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
My dice flew out of my head.
Oh, no.
Oh, it's eager.
It's like, yes! Sorry, my bad. Oh, I rolled 69. Ah!
Yeah. Nice.
Which means,
Oh my God.
which means nothing happened.
Nice.
You're about to have a really,
69.
you're about to
Nice.
have a really sexy encounter.
The freaking
Wow.
succubus comes out of the woods.
She's just like, hello. Okay.
If that
there.
happens, I'll be like, nope, guys, I'm turning back. This isn't worth it.
Haname's just like, yeah, no.
I leave the party.
Yep,
Okay.
this is my last time traveling with y'all. Bye.
Okay. Haname and Percy, you're taking second watch.
Oh, did nothing happen?
No, nothing happened. This was 69 was. There was no sexy encounter.
Okay.
Percy is in the twilight.
Percy is taking a piss.
A massive deuce.
Oh, I'm back.
Oh, hello.
I've been here. I've just been
Haname.
quiet just in case my dog screams.
Okay.
Haname just said there.
Okay, so
Hmm.
Percy and Haname, you are taking second watch.
Yes. Do you want us to roll before we have a chat, or?
No, chat away.
Okay. As they're kind of like looking out into the area surrounding them, Percy like turns towards Haname for a little bit and is like, Haname, apologies if this is a bad question, but I just wanted to ask, what?
Sorry, I was fucking blowing my nose.
Oh, I thought you laughed. I was like, what?
Blowing my nose!
Percy's like, apologies if this is a bad question, but I just want to check on how you're going since Kaida, passed away.
Oh.
I know you guys were close, and I just wanted to check on you. We haven't spoken about it, so.
Haname,
Oh, and-
I know because you're new to D&D. I just want to say, you can bring him back, you just haven't done the ritual to bring him back yet.
Can I do that at any time?
Yeah, it'll take you around an hour, but you can bring him back.
What about right now?
Yeah, go ahead!
Just
Do
do
it.
the ritual while you're on watch.
I mean, Percy.
Yeah. I'll do it right now.
Okay, you gonna say anything to Percy, or you're just gonna do it?
You say like, hey Percy, watch this.
Sits for an hour doing nothing. It's basically an hour-long prayer to Bahamut.
I mean, it really freaked me out. But
Percy nods.
it's not that I'm sad about it or anything. She's doing this as she has like both of her hands together. But is there like any like visual cue?
Yeah,
of,
there's like
this
a little bit of
happening?
like a bronze glow around your hands.
Okay.
Percy
just-
looks
it's just
fucking
me.
confused. He's like, are you praying right now? Do you want me to be quiet, or?
Oh no! I appreciate the company.
Company?
Shut up. What?
Yeah, make no mistake. I was in shock when it happened. Also, I was in a heap of rage, but that's fine us now.
Yeah.
She like, as she's like praying and like all this magical stuff's happening like out of her hands. She's like, I can bring him back though.
Percy's eyes wide. He's like, really?
Yeah, it just takes a bit.
He smiles. He's like, well, it'd be lovely to see Kaida again. I did miss them.
I'm not gonna miss
That ain't
cleaning
my
up
baby
after them.
dog. That's just my baby dog.
My
Just
baby
my
doggy.
baby dog.
And
Just my baby dog. But I
Kaida,
think
the new dog of the
for the
group.
trip, we're gonna need the extra help.
yeah, it'll be good to
Just
have
in
him
case.
around.
Yeah. How about you? How are you faring, Percy?
he he stuffs around. He's like, I'm okay. I think a lot of questions. I guess a lot's happened between Evian and finding eternity again, and I've not been happy in myself recently. I feel like I've not been doing enough, but he kind of like he looks up towards the moon for a moment. He's like, I've been told that I should not be feeling that way, but it creeps nonetheless.
Well, yeah, it's not easy to get over that feeling overnight.
I suppose not. Quite a few people have been telling me that I'm apparently not relying on everybody else around me enough.
I see.
He kind of like, what? What was that
Nothing.
noise?
What?
Keep going. Screaming to myself.
Okay. At first he's just like sitting there like, I don't know. I've spent my life, ooh.
Sorry.
I've spent my life, living up to a lot of expectations, and I feel like I need to keep those in check, and it's wrong of me to try to, put those on top of others.
Are you afraid of letting everyone down?
Yeah, I suppose it's letting everyone down and letting down who I am, I suppose. He kind of like looks at you and he's like, have I ever told you about I've not told you guys much about my people, haven't I?
Not necessarily, no.
He smiles. He's like, well, the way that things work back in the Iron Spines, when you're born, you don't get a name from your parents like everybody else does, around here. The way that it works is you have to earn your name. It could take a certain amount of time, but our god, my auntie, she will give you a name that represents who you are and what you'll be in the future. Usually takes around 5 years, and in the meantime, you get a nickname. I used to be called Pip.
I see.
I didn't get mine until very late. I was about 10 when I got my name. Everyone else had gotten theirs like 5 years earlier. But I'm named person that, like, I know there's like a different spelling in outside of the spines, but it's Persi. It's representative of perseverance, of staying strong during struggles, and I worry if I don't do it by myself and I don't live up to the name, I'm forsaking who I am and who I'm supposed to be.
Hmm. Well, I'd say that it is a powerful tool to persevere through those kinds of things, but I don't think you have to do it alone.
That's what I keep getting told, but I feel like I'm supposed to be, a symbol of it, and what kind of symbol am I if I'm relying on those around me to give me my give me my own hardiness.
Does everyone in your tribe do things alone?
No, but they don't have the same name as me and the same duties as me. I'm I'm the emissary of the moon, and between that and my name, I feel like I felt like I have to.
Hmm.
Like my sister, she's named Choir about being inquisitive, and she's she's a lot smarter than me, but that's who she is. And I'm this. He kind of looks down at himself. And...
Well, I don't know if this is gonna mean much, but I think you're great, Percy.
Percy blushes a little bit. Thank you.
I mean, I think you're able to handle situations very well. I mean,
Think so?
yeah, I know so. I'm sure Eternity would know. If I could
Percy's,
ask her.
Percy's blush kind of deepens a little bit. He's like, don't you bring my girlfriend in this?
Sorry.
Thank you, Anime. I appreciate these chats with you.
Anytime, Percy, anytime.
He gives her a big grin, and like, if they're close, he like gives her like a little like one-armed hug kind of thing before going back to watch.
Haname smiles. Soon we'll get a third member to watch with us.
That'd be nice to have Cole around for this.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully he returns. Oh, and Kaidi too, of course. Oops. He kind of like scratches the back of his head. Well, I guess there'll be 6 of us real soon.
Yeah.
I'm rolling now.
Okay. Do you want us to roll?
For what?
Like perception?
You don't have to if nothing happens.
Okay.
Because nothing happened. I rolled a 60.
Okay.
That means nothing happens.
Okay.
Okay. Uneventful night. Next day.
Yay.
It's tomorrow. We are journeying again.
Wahoo.
Wahoo.
Ah,
I will roll. Let's see what this is, shall we, gang?
Also, yes, I'm sorry I screamed. I just saw the art during that scene. And I was like, ah!
You're good.
Awesome. You're good.
It was one of those post your PNG and get free art things. And I was like, ooh.
Give me a moment, I'm
Wow.
just swapping a spell around.
Ah, why can't I find what I'm looking for? Girl.
What am I fighting for?
What am I fighting for? Ooh.
No,
Fuck you.
This is happening.
Not you, sorry. Why is this doing this?
I am changing my spells around since it is a new day.
Okay. No! Oh my god, I'm sorry. I'm so stupid. Can't look through my thing. Okay. Okay. Ooh, okay, this is an interesting one. Alright. So, you guys, roll perception, please.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
Not many rolls this session.
Yeah, it's a very roll perception.
Let's spice it up a little bit. You check the right spot? Yes, I have.
man.
God, what's with all those nat 20s? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's fucking nuts.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Me?
Percy
Deserves River.
Yep.
and River, you hear the sound of fighting and the whinnying of horses.
Oh?
Yes, as you
Percy-
continue toward the sound, you see a heavy cart pulled by 2 horses has suffered a broken axle, and one of the barrels that it was transporting has rolled off and broke.
Do we see any people there?
Yeah, you see like well, you're heading to a vineyard, so you assume that the barrels are full of wine. You see like a middle-aged man, kind of like frustrated, like, oh, he doesn't think he'll be able to get back to town with all the wine. And not only this, you see a large wriggling mass of black goo spreading through the wreckage, and like you see the middle-aged man kind of like walk around, and he steps like into the black goop, and you see the ooze just kind of crawls up his legs and starts literally consuming him.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And the other salesmen are trying to attempt to control the situation, and you see like a young woman underneath the wreckage of the barrel with crushed legs, like just like as the like ooze slowly moves towards them.
Percy's Percy is like, we need to help them, and he like motions the others.
River is
And-
already on his way.
Yeah, Percy's running towards it.
Percy, you see another cart. You heard the whinnying of multiple horses, of 2 horses. You see another cart speeding away, who you assume is the quote-unquote wine salesman.
Okay. So I'm just trying to fucking. There's so much shit in this situation. Okay,
Yes.
so there's one guy getting eaten by goop.
Yes.
There's another. There's like a couple of people trying to save save this guy.
And then there's another one stuck under the cart. There's a lady stuck under the cart.
Okay, Percy's gonna run and try to lift the car up and get the lady out of the car.
Roll strength, please. And you'll need help because her legs are crushed.
Someone, please help me.
Chains Mealy goes to help.
Chains, roll strength.
Fuck!
Wow.
Wow. Chains, roll
What
strength.
are the strength? Hold on.
That's so shit.
Woo-oo. Strength on the
Where
left.
is it? Oh yeah, there it is.
Chains. Look, Percy tries to lift this, and you're like holding the woman by her like hands, and you like are ready to pull her out, but the cart doesn't get lifted up, so you really can't. When you guys run over the other like 2 of the other like gentlemen, you assume that they're a family. The woman underneath the cart is like sort of middle-aged, like the middle-aged man that's being consumed by goop. And you see like a bunch of like other young men. There's like a young girl there as well. The 2 young men kind of walk over to you and they help. I'm gonna roll strength for them.
Yeah, if they don't, I want to cast a spell and try something.
Okay, let's see if they are just like teenagers. So fuck, they rolled really bad. No, they rolled a 7 and an 11, and they have a 0 modifier.
So Chains should have lifted up the truck.
Question: would I be able to roll this with an athletics check?
What, to lift the cart?
Yeah.
Are you doing it in a different way?
Yeah. So,
You can do it like a deadlift.
yeah, Percy basically like is prepping himself, like he wants to deadlift it, basically.
Okay, I'll let you do athletics for it.
Okay, before he does that, he is going to quickly clap his hands together and cast Borrowed Knowledge.
Draw the knowledge from the spirits of the past. Choose one skill in which you lack proficiency. You don't have proficiency. Okay, yep, okay. You get proficiency in
Athletics.
athletics. Yep, go ahead.
So, yeah, his muscles begin to like tense up a little bit as a glow emanates around him as he tries again. Fuck!
Nope.
Would I have advantage because Chains is helping?
No! Chains is trying to get the lady out!
Fuck!
People helping though.
I do have others help.
Well, I didn't say that they were doing a help action now, did I?
Okay, yeah, fair. Okay. Fuck, that roll is so shit. That was a cool idea. Fuck.
Yeah, it really was. River and Haname, are you guys doing anything? Chains is just prepared to lift this lady.
Percy's
River
like
is going
trying his
to
best.
River's going to use Mold Earth to cast like a sort of like pillar underneath the one edge of the cart that is collapsed and like move it up 5 feet so that Chains can pull her out.
Yeah, so Chains, you're able to pull the lady out. Like, she's like
Okay.
screaming in pain because her legs are crushed as you like drag her out from underneath the cart.
And then River is going to take a slash at the black goop at the guy's leg.
Okay,
With
roll
a
to hit. Okay, I have to literally flip. Okay, how am I gonna work this out? Is your weapon magical?
No.
Nothing happens.
Okay, Percy's looking fucking frustrated. So is it so
Anime, help.
out of people in imminent danger, is it just the goo guy? at the
It's just
moment?
Goo Guy.
Okay, you
Goo
have
guy.
anime. I have an idea if you have
Anime,
nothing.
help me.
Help the Goo Man.
I'm coming.
Goo Man crew.
We're not in combat right now, right?
No, you're not fighting anyone. Unless... No, kidding.
What?
Nice.
Is there any way we could try to identify what the black goo is?
Chains, if you would like to, you can.
Okay. Yes, I would like to.
Arcana, please. Look, you know that whatever this is, it's corrosive.
Okay. Alright. I mean, sure, I'll say it's like... That goo's corrosive. Yeah.
That goo sure is corrosive.
Okay,
Okay,
oh, sure corrosive. We'll want it to be a test. No, just kidding.
Okay, do you have something you want to do, Haname?
You got me pull the guy away.
Well,
Yeah.
no, Chains has pulled the guy, hasn't he?
Yeah, Chains has pulled the woman out from under the
Oh,
car.
the woman.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
The guy,
Oh.
you can try to pull the guy out of the goop, or
The goop is crawling up
something.
him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Um,
What kind of substance is this goop?
It's a goop.
corrosive.
It's
Corrosive.
Yeah, that's
corrosive.
corrosive.
This goop?
It's black goo.
Then, sorry.
If you want to try and identify it,
Can
you
I
can
pull-
roll Arcana.
I will
also
roll
kinda, don't you?
Arcana.
Yeah, go ahead and
I
roll
do.
Arcana.
I will roll Arcana.
Haname, you know what this is.
first. What is it?
So this is actually an illegal substance. This was used years ago during, like, centuries ago, during war times when Kalena was in war. It was made illegal because it was so dangerous. From your knowledge, the only way to get it off is salt water, and you guys are nowhere near the beach.
Bro. Do we have any salt on hand, anyone?
I mean, I feel like it'd make the most sense for Chains or Percy to have salt for curing meat.
Wait, actually, Percy's like, wait, does anyone have water? Actually, no, I don't know first, so you have to tell me first. I don't know anything. I'm just sitting there.
Does
Percy
anyone
looks like he's
have
about to
water
attack.
or salt?
Actually, no, Percy's got a fucking water skin. Okay, Percy's gonna take this formerly smelling, now just salts that he has.
Yep.
That shit came in handy, and he's going to pour out. He's going to pour it out into pour it out with the fucking salt, like mix it in and fucking.
Okay, so you shake it up. Your chains move. And you pour it on this guy's leg, and the back group kind of retracts and like shrinks away, and like just kind of melds into like a little black puddle. And now it is no longer a goop. It is now gone.
A sloop.
It is now a sloop.
it's dead.
It is dead. It's not living, but I guess it's dead. It's out of the picture.
Nicely called, Haname. And Chains, thank you for the salts, I guess.
Nice.
How injured is everyone looking aside from the, like, is everyone else injured aside from like the lady and
So
The
the
guy?
guy's got like some acid burn kind of type beats on his leg. Like it's burnt through his
Yeah.
like trousers and his shoe.
yeah.
But other than that, like the other like the children aren't injured. Like the horses are kind of freaking the fuck out.
Yeah. Okay, Percy is going to raise his hands through her light, and he is going to cast Mass Healing Word on the guy and the girl with the broken legs.
Okay, so they don't have a lot of hit points to begin with, so you heal them both for full. So
Yeah.
the skin starts growing back on this man's leg and it starts becoming fully healed. Unfortunately, you can't repair his pants and shoe because they are gone.
Are they just like completely gone?
No, he's still like, it's like, he's wearing shorts on one side and pants on the other.
I don't think I can mend that.
No. It's not a hole, it's just gone, you know?
Yeah.
And the lady, like, her legs start to, like, she's still, like, not great. Like, she still looks, like, panicked and, like, there's still, like, a lot of blood everywhere, but she looks relieved. You guys have helped them out.
Yeah. Is everyone okay?
Want to let us know what happened, I guess?
One of the teenagers, like, comes up to you, River. He's like he's got like black hair and they're all human. I will say they're all human. He's got like black hair and he's just wearing like traditional Ori clothing, and he walks over to you and he says, that guy that ran off, he crashed straight into our cart and dropped that barrel of stuff.
So the black stuff that was eating your supposed
Yes, that's my
Father?
father, yes.
came out of that guy's truck.
Well, he's gone now. Yeah, it came out of his cart. It's like he threw it at us, or something threw it at us. He crashed into us, knocked us over. My mother fell under the cart and got crushed. And he threw that barrel at us, and when it broke on the ground, that black stuff came out. I thought it was tar at first, but then it started crawling up Father's leg, and I didn't know what to do. Thank you.
Well, now you know. Next time, if you run into one of those things, salt water.
Yeah. I'll be sure to tell the village to carry salt water around with them, just in case he shows up again.
Good idea.
He looks towards the cart. Does it look like something he could assist with mending?
It's got a broken axle. You'll probably need to repair it rather than mend. So like one of the wheel axles is like broken. So you could probably be able to fix it with like a high enough like skill check.
Would it be a survival check?
I would say survival, yeah.
Okay.
Can River try and fix it?
Yeah, sure thing. So you gotta get it back on its like proper first and calm the horses down.
Maybe you're good with animals, aren't you, River? Maybe you can calm the horses.
I'm a stars druid, not an animals druid.
I mean, you've turned to one before. Maybe you know what it's like.
River is like glaring at Percy right now.
Percy looks. He's like, Percy thought that was a genuine suggestion.
And then is Percy gonna start working on the?
Yeah, you see one the young girl kind of walk over and start to calm the horses down.
Yeah.
River's gonna try fixing the cart.
All right.
I've got a pretty high survival. What's yours at, River? Like, is yours high or?
I
I'll
have a high
help.
survival.
I'll assist you then.
Okay.
I'll also assist.
Okay. Because of all the assisting, you don't need to roll. So you fix the
Ah,
axle and get
cool.
the cart back up on its front. So the family, like, they can't offer you much. They are just a merchant family, but they thank you profusely. And the young, like, the mother, the middle-aged woman, comes over and gives you a hug, Chains, and thanks you for helping her. And she's got like tears in her eyes as she hugs you all individually and thanks you so much for helping her.
Percy like warmly hugs it back. It's like, of course. Always trying to help someone on the road.
We do have a question. Oh, at least I do.
Yeah.
Chains is walking away with his hands waved, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Chains, not yet. You may not have anything to offer us, but could you offer us a ride somewhere?
Percy looks towards River and is like, River, we shouldn't put these people into more danger.
We don't have to go straight to it, but they can help us get closer faster.
I'd rather not. He turns to the people and he's like, see, we've actually been tasked with trying to help with the illness that's been spreading around recently. We wanted to go investigate down at Yumiko and Yosei Vineyard, but I wouldn't want you guys to get closer. You've already been through enough danger.
The mother speaks. She says, we are actually coming from Yosei Vineyard and we need to get home. Our village is relying on us to bring back supplies.
Well, thought I would ask at least. Do you know, like, the quickest passage to there?
Just the main road will take you there fastest.
Any landmarks we should be looking for?
Well, you'll know the vineyard when you see it. There's a lot of trees. There's a huge orchard and a nice barn house.
Thank you so much.
Now, be careful. Don't get any more wagon crashes.
We'll try. They wave to you as they continue on their path.
Oh, and if you're ever going to Marine, check out the Final Colossus. That's our little keep there.
They nod and they go on their way. I'm just gonna roll for encounters just because.
Promotional advertisement.
We saved you! Go to our keep!
Business cards.
Okay.
Yeah, your merchants. Our city is right there.
There's going to be no random encounters tonight.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay. Final day of travel, everyone.
Okay, let me refresh my spells.
Nothing happens.
It's good having cantrips.
nothing happens. And with that, you guys reach the Yosei Vineyard. It is a very expansive orchard. There are lots of plants growing, lots of, like, it's very well, like, maintained. It's very, very pretty. And yeah, you see the farmhouse kind of just crest in the middle of this huge vineyard. There's a big fence lining around it. It's almost it's basically the size of your, like, bigger than your keep. Like, there's a lot here.
Is it all, like, grapes and stuff?
It's all grapes, different types of berries and fruits. There's a lot of, like, there's even veggies growing and stuff. You can see why that family came here for supplies. Everyone roll
River's
perception, please.
River's gonna slap
boy.
his gas mask on since there's a lot of fruit here.
James never took it off.
Perception.
Jane's looking cool as fuck.
Heck yeah.
River smacks his gas mask on because he's like, oh shit, there's a lot of stuff that could kill me here.
Percy? Okay.
Ugh.
River and Chains, you notice out in the field there are humanoid figures, but River, upon closer inspection, they are made of porcelain. And they are tilling the fields. They are tending to the fields.
Huh.
That's weird.
Silver Locket said that this lady was weird.
Guys, and Haname, those farm hands are made of glass.
Noted.
He's like, looks at the fucking thing. What?
Chains, I want you to roll a wisdom save for me, please.
Oh no.
Okay, failing in this sense, it's a good one. It's a good outcome. So Chains, you kind of like looking at this, you like grasp your head, and you feel more come back to you. Can you roll history for me with advantage? It's a 9, but it's a low DC anyway. You know the name of the lady who runs this place.
Swear to God.
Her name is Madeline.
I fucking goddamn.
Madeline.
Madeline,
Okay.
yes. And she is very, very talented with soul crafting and knows her way around a soul very well, as she is a cleric of death. And she's also an artificer who makes porcelain farm hands to help her out at the vineyard, as she lives here alone.
Okay, so
As soon as I saw the fucking porcelain.
This has been a
I'll mention this to the group, but I'll just be like, this is Madeline's estate or whatever.
Yeah. You know that a lot of people from Ori do come to her for aid. She's a very, very skilled, but she always asks for something in return.
This is some witchy shit.
So what was said is what I mentioned to the group.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys approach the house?
Yes,
Yep.
Okay.
absolutely.
You guys, like, push open the little wooden gate and you start heading towards the house, and who knocks on the door?
I'll knock.
Chains, you knock on the door. You hear, I'll be out in a minute, and you hear, like, the clicking of heels against, like, polished wooden floors. And the door slowly creaks open, and you see, like a dark green eye kind of, like, peek through. And then she opens the door fully, and she's like, oh. Chains? Chains, you have never met this woman in your life.
Okay, yeah, okay. So that's what I was gonna say. It's like Chains doesn't know, but knows of.
Yes.
And
you
it's
have never
just,
met
yeah.
her in your life. Huh. I
Yeah.
haven't seen you in Come in. She opens the door and, like, gestures you to come in, like, watching, like, nervously as you, like, enter. So, the woman wears...
Nice place?
It's a very nice place. Very, very neat and tidy. Very traditional, like, Ori kind of building. She beckons you in and you guys enter her house. She's wearing a set of red robes, and a long black dress. You notice she has half of a porcelain mask on, covering a side of her face, and her other eye, her left eye, is cascaded in darkness and you can't see her other eye. Her other eye, though, is, like, very, like, neat eyeliner, very neat. She's got like a very like deep green eye. She has long black hair cut very straight, and yeah, that's Madeline.
I like your makeup.
Thank you. I do it every morning, just in case anyone comes by.
You got any tips?
I could show you a thing or two. Wait, we need to. Why are you here? She shuts the door after you all enter. She looks
Us
to
in
be
general, or
yeah. She looks to be
chains?
about like mid-30s.
Probably
Both.
us in general.
Both. Like, first of all, why are you all here? I'm guessing it's about the disease.
Yep.
Taps gas mask.
Percy nods.
Good guess.
How did she recognize Chains while he's wearing the gas mask?
You'll see. She walks over to Chains and like grabs his face like pretty roughly and like tilts his head over like she's inspecting him. Like he's an object almost.
Chains does not like fight it.
She like bites her lip and steps back. Like she's really, really like concerned.
And then Chains is like, so how do you oh no, Chains, so do you know me?
Not personally. Oh, this is so weird. She's like freaking out. This is so weird. I never thought I would ever see you. So I'm really thrown off right now and I don't really know how to talk to you.
Well,
what
there
does
are
that
people here.
mean?
Does Jane say that?
I want it's not as frantic as I did it, but like ask what does that mean?
Look, okay, so I tamper with death. That is a thing that I do. I worship a god of death. How much do you know about how you were born, Chains?
Nothing.
Great. You know what? Look. I don't know how to approach this situation, to be honest with you. I don't speak to many people, so this is a very, very tough predicament for me. The rest of you introduce yourselves while I think of what to say.
Well, it's lovely to meet you, Madeline. I'm Percy of the Tribe of the Iron Spines. He does a small little bow.
Good to meet you, and you, the rest of you.
Where you go?
Hi, I'm Haname. Pleasure.
Pleasure. Yes.
Was she gonna muse with me?
She looks at she's like, as you guys were introducing yourselves, like gaze like locked onto you as you spoke, as each of you spoke, like not wavering at all. She tilts her head at Haname before looking back at Chains, like specifically at Haname. She grabs your like the green cloak, Chains, and she like pinches it at its corners and like picks it up. She's like, "Why are you wearing this? Where did you get this?"
Chains like grabs it back from her and then looks away, and then looks back and smiles. It's inks.
Right.
It's
Okay.
my friend's ink.
Yeah. Okay.
Hi,
Oh.
I'm River.
Hello, River. She like waves and like smiles at you. Hello.
Hi.
Look. I'll be a moment. She like she like clicks off like you click 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 as she walks through her house.
Can River like follow behind her?
If you want to follow her, you can.
River's gonna follow her, just like curious.
You follow her. She does not care. She walks to what you assume is her bedroom and like opens a drawer from a dresser and takes out a letter. She starts walking back and she's like, "Oh, River, you startled me. God, don't follow me like that. Excuse me." And she like pushes past you and like walks to the hall back to like the kitchen area. She hands you this like enclosed letter, Chains. And she says nothing. And she says, anyway, back to the matter at hand. The disease, yes?
Yeah, what do you know?
I know a lot. I've been trying to cure it, so I know quite a bit more than the mages. They try and stay away from me because I'm scary.
You don't seem that way to me.
Thank you!
And you seem lovely to me.
Thank you. Oh, I like you guys. You're so sweet. Alright.
I'm not good with big crowds of people anyway, so I prefer
Oh my
this.
gosh, me too. Alright.
Hey, social anxiety buddies.
So, I have affectionately named this affliction the Pale Death. It kills quick. Very quick. I've written down what I have. She picks up a book and starts flicking through the pages. Symptoms include feelings of fatigue, difficulty breathing, difficulty swallowing, pain throughout the body, and a feeling of dread. It starts to make the afflicted kind of go insane, to put it bluntly. Shall I continue?
Do we know the cause?
It's just started happening. It's extremely contagious.
How have you not gotten it?
That's what happens when you're bound to a god of death. It's a bit hard to die.
They just say, yeah, no.
Well, I've been around for a long time. She smiles at you. And I'm not human. She looks human, so this throws you off.
Is there ways would the gas masks suffice for us to
It should protect you. If you were to get it, in the early stages, just try and rest. I'm still trying to come up with a cure, but I've come up short. I believe Silver Locket has tasked me with coming up with a cure, and you are to find the person who caused this disease.
Percy nods. So, it came from Yumiko Village, correct?
It started in Yumiko Village, yes, but I believe that the origins aren't so precise. I don't believe it started there.
Percy turns to the others and he's like, do you think that, and this is just me connecting dots that might not need to be connected, but do you think that the person who attacked the traveler, the merchants, do you think they would have been correlated in some way carrying it or something?
Are you speaking to the party or Madeline?
He's speaking in general.
So, based on what Haname knows, would Haname know?
About, about the black goop?
Yeah.
From what you know, Haname, the black goop is corrosive substance. All these symptoms don't seem to be anything related to the illegal substance.
I don't think the black is related to this.
There could be ties with the people involved, sure, but I don't think the black
that's
goo is
what
inherently-
Percy was more so
inherently
thinking.
related to it.
For clarity, Percy was basically levying the idea that person, along with trying to just okay, Percy's gonna say, well, if Madeline's trying to help and they're related with Madeline, taking wine from here, what if those people that were trying to attack them were trying to attack any sort of resources going out, just in case Madeline had found a cure?
Yeah. Can you fill me in on this story? Because I feel like I'm missing a huge chunk of information here.
I'm so sorry. About a day ago, before we arrived here, we encountered a caravan of people who were carrying wine from your vineyard.
Yes.
And they had, when we had arrived, the caravan had the front wheel broken off. They were crashed. Someone had been crushed. Another person's legs were, and there was a person who was being attacked by a black goo substance that was dispelled by salt water.
She narrows her eyes.
It was corrosive, and my sword didn't work on it.
I know what you're speaking of. I
They said that they had encountered another person in a caravan who crashed into them, and then threw a barrel of the goo as they ran past. So
yes.
I was just thinking, why would they attack a bunch of wine salesmen, and not take any of the goods? Perhaps they were trying to make sure anything that was coming from you, any sort of supply, was getting shut off.
She nods.
That's my idea.
She nods, and as you're speaking and like explaining the story, she opens a kitchen drawer, and you hear the clacking of like porcelain against porcelain, and she pulls out several like little porcelain bird figures, and she taps each of them on the head with her finger, and they start flittering around, and she opens the window and they fly out.
Are they like
Cool
messengers?
trick.
No, they're spies.
Nods.
She walks back to you.
Oh, are you gonna go look for the...
I'm sending out my birds to watch the pathways near my vineyard to make sure nobody else gets hurt. And if they do, I will come to them and save them. Thank you for telling me of this.
Of course. I thought it would be something to mention to you since it was, people related to you.
Yes.
They were lucky we had salt water.
I'm sure they are trying to block any kind of resources coming from my vineyard because they are afraid that I might have come up with a cure, and I'm sending it out to the people.
Okay, so we saw the cart run away, right?
Yeah.
Did we see which direction it went?
It went back to Uzumaki.
The attacking cart was heading back in the direction of Uzumaki, so...
Could be someone blending in there, but that's not the matter that we need to discuss for now. Yes. Back to the affliction. So, feeling fatigue and difficulty breathing starts within only a few hours. Once this symptom usually lags behind the other, so you'll either have difficulty breathing first, and then you'll experience fatigue a little bit after. After the initial onset, the feeling of fatigue may leave the afflicted bedridden within the first day of catching it. After only a day or two, the feeling of pain throughout the body is experienced, and this pain brings onset with the insanity. Causes at the moment unknown, but those with weakened immune systems tend to catch it easier. Exertion, spicy food, and a lack of exercise tend to make it worse. At the moment, we just try stress reduction and light medication as you would treat a flu or a cold at the moment. Try and ease the muscles and the pain. And it is quite common, as you assume, by this point.
Is there anyone who has caught it and lived?
Not one.
Do we know how it's spread?
Just being near the other person, just general germs. It's why when I've gone out to assist the villagers nearby, I have worn extreme protection gear. And as you probably know, no spells seem to work about it, so I have been taking samples from the deceased to try and figure out what exactly this is. It seems to be some sort of magical component, but it's curious that we can't dispel it using more magic.
And then, do we know where the potential source could be besides Unico?
Yumiko is where the disease first started spreading, but I have traced it back to... She looks at you, Chains, with like a little bit of like sadness. I have traced it back to Fuyu, is where it first originated. First case was in Fuyu. Only about a month ago. For some reason, it hadn't spread through Fuyu at that point, and had instead spread to Yumiko village, skipping completely over me. I would have caught it if it didn't do that, because it logically would have gone from Fuyu to me to Yumiko, but that didn't happen.
So, maybe that... I mean, if it seems to be magical, maybe that's reasoning that it could have been targeted, hitting Fuyu first and then choosing Yumiko village.
That's what I'm suspecting.
If there's only one person living here and you know your dolls, they wouldn't have had much tests, you know, to be had with one person.
I'm sure Fuyu was the test subject for whoever created this disease. And then once they had deemed that it was suitable enough to be spread to many people, it went to Yumiko and is now spreading even into Marine.
That's bad.
It is bad.
Okay, so Chains, I think, is just like heading towards the exit door, but not like actually exiting, but just being like, let's go to Fuyu.
And Chains, if you're heading out now, read that letter on the way.
I'm guessing you're gonna stay here, Miss Madeline?
I'll be staying here, yes.
Let us know if there's any, like, ingredients we can grab on the way for you. You know, it might be best for us to help each other.
Yes, my birds will be watching over you.
Percy nods and smiles towards her.
You'll be seeing them close by. Don't be alarmed if you hear my voice come through one of them. It's just sending.
Percy nods.
I'll be sending messages, and if I find anything that I deem interesting or want to take back to my home, I will make sure you collect it for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent.
To Fuyu we go, then.
On your way.
River opens the door and, like, gestures to Haname and says, ladies first?
Chains is already bolting out.
Chains is, like, sprinting.
Chains is out of here, but River is still, like, offers the door to Haname.
Thank you, River.
No problem.
Okay.
Percy, children next.
Children next. Women and children first to leave.
Yeah.
Percy, don't baby me. And he walks through.
Aww.
Aww. Alright.
Then River sort of, like, does a little, like, half bow and then shuts the door behind him.
Madeline, like, waves to you as you shut the door. And then you hear, like, the clicking of her heels against the polished floors again as you exit. And with that, we're going to conclude today's session.
Wow.
Wow!
Wow.
What a session.
What a session!
Well,
Wow.
session.
Wow! Okay. Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
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 Gosh.
Okay.
I was having a look for, like, raid subjects. Deal, there's so many people streaming right now.
Yeah, I know. Should we raid? Let's raid Yoru. I haven't raided Yoru in a hot minute. Let's raid Yoru.
Tip your.
Yoru.
Yoru.
Okay, here we go.
Yoru.
Yoru. Thanks everyone for joining us today for this episode of Spellbound Saga. We will see you next week, same time. And Cole will be returning to us again. Fare thee well, everyone. We will see you next time.